So, hey there, welcome to this week's vlog, and I'm excited to be coming to you from a place in the south of Spain. Can't remember exactly where we're at right now, but we're about 45 minutes inland from Malaga. And if you watched a couple of vlogs ago, this is a stark contrast from a few weeks ago where I was in the cold in New Zealand. So we're now back in the heat. Feels really good on the body. And just walking around the property that we're at the moment. We're at a music retreat, playing music with with an amazing musician whose name is Caricoa. And it's just good times all around. So, by the way, if you don't know who I am, my name's Alex Waters. I'm a 34-year-old male entrepreneur from Australia originally, traveling the world right now with my partner Taylor, and who's filming this for me. Thank you. And the reason I'm sharing this vlog is because I live a pretty unique, interesting life. Generated over $17 million in my businesses over the last, 9 years or so. I have a company right now that operates without me. I've sold businesses and I live a pretty good life. I've got a child, an amazing partner, and I've been traveling and doing the kind of, location freedom lifestyle for quite some time, like probably about 4 or 5 years now. So I want to share with you each week my wins, challenges, lessons, and the things that are kind of on my mind and I'm processing in my life as a growth-driven human being. And hopefully you get something from that. Before I dive into any of that, I just want to invite you to go check out two things. Number one is my weekly newsletter, which is on an email list. I send out every single week on a Wednesday. It has my best content in there. I do some amazing writing, and that comes out every week. So just hit the link below, join that. Just incredible value, lots of life lessons and things like that. And I'm gonna take a deep breath because I just climbed up a hill. The next thing is also to check out Have a Good Trip, which is my podcast mini-series designed to equip you with all the tools, information, and knowledge you need to have a good trip with psychedelic medicine. How to avoid a bad trip, all of that. The link's below, go check it out. Now let's get to the actual vlog. But before we do, come check this out. Yo, what is up? So I'm right here on the top of this crazy view that we're at, this retreat in Spain. It's really amazing. And honestly, this week's been challenging and incredible. I personally struggle a lot from, I wouldn't call it social anxiety, but it's like this fear of not fitting in when I'm in bigger groups. And that was really exacerbated for me this last week with Taylor, because she is A-type personality, the light in the room, and to feel, I guess, insecure maybe in myself, like people aren't really accepting me, or do I connect with these people? And then to have Taylor just doing the opposite, having conversations with everyone and getting along. It's like we're having two very different experiences, and that was quite challenging for me this week and just brought up a lot of stuff. And I had to take some space and sit with myself and be with the emotions that were coming up, and it required me having a vulnerable conversation with Taylor and just telling her how I was feeling and what I needed, and I needed reassurance from her. And I hate doing that as a man, but I would rather be honest about it than not. And it was true, and it was what was there for me. And after that, it's like, I feel good. It feels healed. It feels cleared. And it just reminded me about the power of feeling your feelings and honoring your experience and actually asking for what you need instead of pretending like you're a superhero, pretending like I'm a superhero, It's really hard as a man, I think, in relationship to ask for what you need often, because, especially if it's an emotional need, because that can be seen as not masculine, and whatever your perspective is on feminine and masculine balance and polarity in relationship, there is a truth to it that, when a woman's upset in a relationship and a man holds her, it's endearing, it's loving, it's protective, it's strong, it's powerful, it's masculine, it's polarizing. She gets held and it just creates this more intimacy, more charge. The other way isn't often very polarizing. When a woman is holding a man, when a man's upset and sad in a relationship. And so there's just this thing of like being a man and like learning that's a part of being a man, and I've got friends for that, and to support me. Successes this week really have, in the last 4 days being here, I've performed 2 songs with the entire group here of 20 people. And we have created, we've recorded 20 songs together already. So we each had to bring a song and share it. It's been really amazing seeing the whole group come together and create songs. People step out of their comfort zone, and when you're performing your song, you've got to sit in the middle and sing in the microphone, and that's been a real win celebration for me. That I didn't actually feel that nervous about that, because a long time ago I would have, actually not that long, maybe a few years ago I would have felt quite nervous about that. And I'm really just celebrating getting outside of my comfort zone and being here. Feels like a real win, and overcoming the stuff I just shared as well. The best thing I think I'm most grateful for right now is just that I can be here and I don't have to stress about too much going on elsewhere. My company is being run by some really amazing people, and I just feel very grateful, very, very lucky to have the life I have and have worked so hard for it. And the lesson that I want to share with you right now is, how can you become a space to facilitate more good things happening? That's a question I asked myself a couple years ago after a really powerful mushroom journey. And I got this download of just like, how do I allow more good things happen? How do I be the space for more good things to happen? And that when I create that intention, I let go of the need to do it all. I let go of the need to prove myself. I let go of the need to perform, to have all the answers. And I become a space for facilitation of the channel of ideas that want to come through me. And that is when you can start to create something from scratch. I was talking to a guy here, his name's Kyle, and he was talking about the human design type personality that he is. And I won't go into too much into that because it's a whole other world. I'm not really that big on it. But I'm a manifesting generator. I have this skill of just creating things and bringing things to life quickly. And anyone that knows me will tell you that that's me. I can just make shit happen. Somehow I just create an idea and then the thing is happening. And not everyone has that as a natural ability, but I believe that everyone can have that as a learned skill. And it starts with that question: how do I be a space for more good things to happen? So what is the good thing in your life that you want to create? How do you become a space for more good things to happen? So those are my wins for this week. I've already shared a couple of challenges with you. I had a lot of lessons this week. It's been a really powerful week. And, I realized being here that I was complaining the first couple of days. I really needed space, really needed some alone time, and there's not really any space for that here, although I'm up here alone and I've kind of just discovered this spot. But we're in session a lot doing music and there's people everywhere, and I was complaining I didn't have a gym and I didn't have this, and I wasn't feeling good, and I was like seeking everything outside of myself to fix that. And I had this huge realization of just like, man, I'm complaining about all this stuff, but I'm not already doing what I know I could be doing in this environment. For instance, I could be getting up earlier and working out, just doing a body weight workout, but I'm not. I could, be meditating, but I wasn't. And I just think that that's such a big lesson of like, how often am I looking outside of myself for the answer? How often am I looking for my environment to be different, for my circumstances to be different, for everything to be lined up perfectly so that I can have the perfect, experience of myself, my energy and my emotions. I just think like living like that can be really tiring. And I know that traveling puts those kinds of pressures on you because you don't have the comforts of your own home. And so, you know, that's another lesson this week. And just following on from that is actually, I felt really upset this week that I don't have a home right now. And I realized that that's really important to me too. And so that's something I'm going to be creating. I'm not just talking about like my own home. I just don't even have a home right now. Home is here in this body right now. I don't have a physical location with a bed and some stuff. I got some stuff in storage in Austin. And that kind of is tiring. You know, sometimes it feels tiring. I feel a bit sad about it, honestly. I would really want a home. And so, you know, I just shared that with Taylor. Like, I really want to create that once we're done traveling here. I'm just ready to like settle down a bit. And I don't mean that in the traditional sense, but just settle down as in like stop traveling as much and have a home and have my nice things around me. Have my own space, a piano, music space for us to play guitar, play music together. And yeah, I just got a lot of downloads this week and information, insights on, you know, how I've just let some standards slip in my life. Not getting back to people on time, in a timely manner, in the manner that I would like to be responded to. You know, not getting back to people at all, people that I care about, like not responding back to them, just being a bit lazy. And if you've been following along, you would have heard the last few vlogs. I spoke about just my energy levels and how I didn't feel like my cup was full. And I think, you know, everything stems from loving oneself. And if you don't love yourself, you will manifest so many different things in life to attempt to seek that love from somewhere else other than within. You create problems in your life, in drama and relationships, and nothing can fulfill your need for your own love and your own channel to the divine. And, you know, it's been really profound experiencing that lesson this week. So feeling really grateful. I've released a lot of emotion this week. I really have been holding on to a lot of fear in my body in the last few months without realizing it. I've been holding on to a lot of pressure and expectation of myself, and it feels really healthy to relieve myself of that and just allow myself to have my experience right now and trust my journey and trust my path, and not compare it to anyone else's. So I hope you can do that for yourself too. And just a reminder, this week's email coming out is actually about 10 simple things you can do to magnetize growth and abundance into your life through the use of common good manners. I talk about that because as I'm traveling, I encounter a lot of different people, and you can just notice how it's just not common anymore to give way to someone, to say thank you or please. And I just wanted to write a little something about that and all the things I learned. So put that in the email, go check it out, sign up by the link below, and that's it for this week's vlog. Peace out, see you soon. Next week's vlog is coming to you from Marbella, Spain, on the beach. I'm really looking forward to that, and we're off in Europe for a while, so stay tuned. See you soon.